talk about consistency in editing, we are really talking about two things: ensuring a document is consistent and ensuring editors are consistent when they edit. We'll talk about the document consistency and the five categories consistency falls into first. The first type of consistency is mechanical consistency. It includes spelling, capitalization, hyphenation, abbreviations, numbers, and punctuation. For example, ensuring mechanical consistency includes deciding if periods will be used at the end of each item of a bulleted list, or if the United States will be abbreviated with a period following the U and the S. Mechanical consistency also ensures a document does not use both British and American English spellings. Verbal consistency refers to the meanings and arrangement of words. This means one term is used to represent a concept. Referring to a switch as a toggle switch in one paragraph and as an on-off switch in another paragraph lacks consistency and can even lead to confusion. Verbal consistency also includes ensuring lists and sentences are parallel. So, for example, ensuring verbal consistency by starting each job description on a resume with a verb instead of a mixture of verbs and nouns. Finally, verbal consistency also encompasses style, voice, and tone. A shift from third person to second person, for example, lacks consistency. Visual consistency refers to anything that is seen on the page or screen. It includes things like typography and ensures parallel parts of a document use the same typeface, size, and attributes. Visual consistency ensures levels of headings or different chunks of text are distinguished by their spacing, and that color and graphic elements are used consistently. So, for example, all warnings would use a red exclamation icon. Visual consistency also extends to figures and tables and where they are placed on a page and how they are addressed in body text and captions. Finally, we'll address structural and content consistency together because there's some overlap between them. Structural consistency refers to organization. It ensures related parts of a document follow a pattern. For example, each chapter of a science textbook begins with a list of keywords, or each new chapter of a novel begins on a new page. Those are examples of structural consistency. Content consistency refers to the details of information in a text. In other words, it ensures the details of the text do what they are said to do and appear where they are said to appear. For example, if readers are told to refer to a chart on page 9, but the chart appears on page 12, readers will notice the lack of consistency and will be confused or frustrated. Likewise, if an online article addresses data from last year, but the article was written 3 years ago, the content again may mislead or confuse. Inconsistency in content often results from revisions, product changes, or perhaps simply the passage of time. Editing for contextual consistency eliminates contradictory information. As we've just gone over, matters of consistency are often up to the decision of the editor or the editing team. You can abbreviate US with or without periods, but it needs to be consistent throughout a document. So how can editors ensure that they themselves are consistent when editing? They have 3 tools at their disposal. The first is a style manual. A style manual is a book or a document that includes decisions on the different aspects of consistency. They are created to assist members of a particular group or public sector to remain consistent across an endless number of documents. You're already familiar with style manuals if you've ever applied a documentation style to a research paper to cite your sources. MLA, APA, and Chicago are all examples of style manuals. Another important style manual is the Associated Press's AP Style Book. This manual is used by journalists to ensure consistency when writing news stories. It's updated annually and has included historically important decisions, such as using only one space after a period in a sentence and not using the Oxford or serial comma. It also describes when one can use the pronoun they to refer to a singular person. Here at JMU, all publications and online content must adhere to AP style. JMU does make some exceptions, however, and that is where in-house style guides come in. An in-house style guide is similar to a style manual, but it's developed specifically for and used by a company. It is more specialized than style manuals because it includes information that's specific to that business, such as industry-related terminology. It can also include information about a company's branding, such as color and typographical specs. JMU's in-house style guide is called Madison Style, and it can be found online. It includes information that's specific to JMU, such as how to write out JAC card, which stands for JMU Access Card, and is the card that identifies you as a member of the university community. But it also prescribes departures from the AP style book, such as how to write percentages. Sometimes the decisions an editor makes to ensure consistency can't be found in a style book because the content is either too specific or because style books don't prescribe a way to do something. In such cases, the editor creates a document style sheet. A style sheet is where an editor records decisions that were made about a document, such as whether to write copy edit as one word or two, or which typeface to use for primary headings. Anytime more than one editor is working on a document, a style sheet must be used to ensure the various editors do things the same way. In addition, a style sheet can be used by a single editor to help him or her remember what those decisions are. With this use of a style sheet, an editor can not only record decisions, but can also include personal reminders about any grammar weaknesses he or she has. My weakness, or shall I say one of my weaknesses, is conjugation of the verb lie. So I will often write the conjugation on my style sheet if I think that word will be used in a document I'm working with. Style sheets are for editors' use only and are not typically shared with clients or writers except in special circumstances. Editors should feel free to include whatever will help them edit consistently and accurately. There's no right or wrong way to approach a style sheet. Our practice activity for consistency in editing is in our module. You'll need to set up your browser to use JMU's proxy server through Pulse Secure in order to gain access to the AP Stylebook. Instructions are provided on the assignment. This practice will also serve as your mini project for this week. Good luck, and as always, please reach out to me if you have any questions.